what we need is a good collaboration. When I use the word collaboration, I'm not saying that we should be rubber stamping wherever that comes from them. But we're also saying that one of the functions of the legislature is oversight. And it's very important because oversight means that we should try to find value for the money that we have appropriated for the NDAs to spend on behalf of Nigerians. And so, as my colleague remarked, if we come to an NDAs and we find out that something untoward is happening, and we report that, the National Assembly does not enforce any law. We don't control the police, we don't control the army, we don't control any of these things. We only make laws about that. And so when these reports get to the executives, we expect them to act on it. For instance, I'm a chairman of Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition, where petitions from all over the country come to me, to my committee, and we sit over it, and we take resolutions and we take decisions on them. Now, these decisions ought to be enforced. If, for instance, I invite an MDA to appear before my committee, and he keeps giving reasons why he's not coming, it's a problem. Now you stifle what I'm doing, or what my committee is doing. And so we need the executive to at least compel that MDA, MD or whatever the title is, to appear before the committee and to give account as to why we want him there to speak to us. And that's sort of collaborations that we need, because if we have that, then we can have a smooth running of not just the national but the country. I'll give you an example. For instance, before me now is the NDLA. The issue is what I consider a negligence of some sort, where an NDLA officer shot a gun that killed a 7-year-old boy, almost blinding a 3-year-old sibling of his. The boy is dead. The other one is going blind. And NDLA just have agreed that yes, it's their fault. That all they are offering these families 25 million. And I asked them, if this were your child and you are offered 25 million, will you accept it? And is it because it's a child of a nobody, so to speak? And so we're addressing that. And I've been trying to get the NDLA director to come. He sends people, and they can actually take decisions. They can make,
But do you need an executive to just compel, an MDLA?
If it doesn't come, what do I do?
Yeah.
You have the police to go there and arrest him to come.
That's the problem, because you can issue a warrant of arrest, but you can't physically
It has to be
go there.
executed.
It has to be executed. And the presidency or the principal members of the executive are the people to execute that.
Yes.
And that's what we're asking for. So when the head of an agency chooses to appear before the House, where a report from a committee of the House indicts the head of an agency, action should be taken immediately.
Yes.
That person should lose his job. That person should be
Suspended,
suspended. If such actions begins to take place, we'll find some sanity. And in some climes, even in the US, I believe, like Opia was saying, the Fiscal Responsibility Act is domiciled in Congress in such a way that Congress has a way to effect disparate measures against those who breach it. That's what happens in some developed economies or democracies. But here in Nigeria, it's not so. You do all your findings, you put your report in, and it gathers the dust. Because it has to be acted upon by the executive. But I don't mean that the current executive is not doing anything. Because I was in the 9th Assembly, and I can tell you, the present executive is responding better than what we experienced in the 9th Assembly. But there's still a long way to go.
All right, a long way to